Hey, it's #1 best-selling author and motivational speaker, Eric Qualman, but most of you know me as Equal Man. Thank you for joining us for today's 7 super tips with the one and only Mark Cuban. That's right, the Dallas Mavericks owner and the personality that you see on the Shark Tank. So Mark Cuban, most of you know, made his billions by selling his first company, broadcast.com, to Yahoo when I was at Yahoo, so I got to know all of his team at broadcast.com. And he's not only owns the Mavericks, but he actually loves basketball. He's about an inch shorter than I am. So anyways, he's a big dude. Anyways, a little background on Mark Cuban, but you're going to really enjoy his 7 super tips that are life hacks on how to become better at business and better at life. So enjoy the show.
It's just, I've always just really enjoyed just the competition of business. I think, you know, in the sports business, I'll talk to our players and it'll be like, well, you guys compete for 48 minutes and you practice a couple hours and you work on your game independently a couple hours. But the ultimate sport is business because you have to compete with everybody. And you have to do it 24/7 by 365 days a year forever. And there's always somebody out there trying to kick your butt. There's always somebody who looks at your business and says, I can do that better. I have a better idea. And you have to compete with that person. And all the while, you have to make your customers happy, your employees happy. It's the competitive side of me that, in any entrepreneur, that I think that has to drive you. And I think that carries over into the Mavericks. I want to win and I want to compete.
What do you think overall is the most important thing for new entrepreneurs right now?
Just to go after it. I mean, the thing about being an entrepreneur is it's just all to you. You know, a lot of people like to make excuses. I don't have connections, I don't have money, I don't have this. But, you know, if you find something that you like to do or love to do, be great at it and see if you can turn it into a business. In worst case, you're going to have fun doing what it is you love to do. In best case, you can turn it into a business. I'm just not big on excuses. I just think if everybody has that opportunity to go for it, they just got to do it.
The best pitch, the worst pitch, you've heard them all. Give us either or.
It's got to be, you've got to be differentiated and unique. You've got to know what your core competency is and be great at it. I think what people fail to realize is that there's got to be a defining feature of your company, and you've got to be the best in the world at that. Whatever industry you're in, if you don't know more about it than anybody else in the world, whoever those other people are that know more are going to kick your ass.
When you were younger, was your father into business? Was your mother? Was there an uncle, somebody that did well in business that you admire? Was there somebody you read about that you said, I like Rockefeller, I like Carnegie? Nothing. So it's just purely you that you had business.
Yeah, my dad, I think, you know, my dad did upholstery on cars. My mom did whatever odd jobs. But my dad was always like, if you want something, you have to earn it. And to his credit, he never said, no, you can't do that. So whether it was selling garbage bags, baseball cards, stamps, whatever it was, he never held me back. And so I think that was as important as anything. And, you know, sometimes being young and trying things, you're so naive and you don't know any better. All you do is learn. And if you fail, it doesn't matter. And so whether I was 9, 10, 12, 16, 21, the failures were irrelevant. And, you know, whether you're, 9, 12, 16, 21, 22, 24, you know, I'm sleeping on the couch. You know, I have a car with a hole in the floorboard. You know, I'm living like a bum and like a student. And so what did I have to lose? And so I think that influenced me as much as anything. So, it was, you know, my dad was like, go for it. You know, why not? What have you got to lose?
When you look at technical understanding, instinct, creativity, or believing that you can do something, what is most important?
I think the most important is knowing your strengths and weaknesses and knowing what you enjoy doing. You know, if you look at it as a job, you've already lost. It's not going to be your passion, and you're going to count the hours. If you look at it as something you love to do, and then you know what your strengths are, then you can leverage those strengths in your business and in helping others. And once you recognize your weaknesses, then you can work with people that complement you. I mean, every one of my businesses, I've had a partner who's very anal. Martin Woodall, Todd Wagner, I mean, incredibly anal people, perfectionists, because I'm a slob. You know, I'm a big picture, think about what's around the corner, how's technology going to change things, how can I change, you know, this industry, and, you know, making sure that there's somebody there to dot the I's, cross the T's, and keep me in the baselines. And, you know, recognizing my weaknesses is just as important as recognizing my strengths and my core competencies, and you know, having a passion to do them.
They call that bounded rationality. Instead of saying, I could be every possible thing in the world, you kind of limit it and say, all right, I'm more of a math guy. Oh, I'm more of a people person. And then you try to find your destiny within that.
Well, I think they go hand in hand, right? Because the type of person you are, you know, kind of points to the things you're good at. Are you 12? You're not going to know. Are you 16? You're not going to know. If you're 18, maybe if you have a special talent, right? You know, you can throw a baseball 100 miles an hour. You can sing, and your voice is incredible. You know, you're a concert pianist. You're a chess grandmaster. If you have a specific skill set or talent that just immediately propels you to the top, you want to follow that. But I remember having a list. I still have it. When I graduated from college, or was getting ready to graduate, and all the different industries that I thought I might want to partake in. When you find something you're good at, go for it. And I also always say it's not about passion. Everybody's got passion for something, right? Don't follow your passions, follow your efforts. Because people say, you know, I was passionate to play baseball. I was passionate to play basketball. It doesn't mean all of a sudden I was going to be good enough. But I found myself being really curious about business, being really curious about technology. And that curiosity is really what drove me. And I think, particularly if you're young today, curiosity is great. Always learning and trying to find new things and being curious about new things, because that's what leads you to that path. Trying to figure out in advance, that's hard because you don't know what you don't know.
What is the common denominator? Because I know we got a lot of callers for the most successful businesses.
What makes it work? Yeah. What makes it work is like everybody's got ideas, right? And most people just think, oh, it's my idea and I don't have this, right? The people that get it done, they don't look at the obstacles. They look at the opportunities. You know, instead of coming up and saying, oh, I wish I had a connection, wish I had money, wish I had this. Like this dude with the surfboard, man. He went out and found a used surfboard and he started putting it all together, and it was just his time. You know, and then he took it, built one, figured it out, built another one. And then it's the same thing with some of the other, pretty much all the other companies where, you know, rather than finding the excuses why they can't do it, they find the reasons to make it work, and then they just bust their ass and good things happen.
Those are today's 7 super tips from Mark Cuban. Thanks for joining us. If you love the show, definitely subscribe to our channel. And in the meantime, remember, it's not what we take from the world, it's what we leave behind.
I don't know, actually.
Seems unusual for this.
You won't be able to hear it.
The lights look good? What does that mean for you as a small business owner or as a jeweler? I'm having a tough time with that word. Jewel or diamonds are forever. There you go. Or as someone that sells diamonds. Sorry, I'm just gonna say business owner because it might be big. Woo! All right. From the top.